Hello.
Yeah, but you guys may have a little
Action.
Yes.
Action.
Mm-hmm.
Viewer discretion advised. Okay? And we have to say it. Like, sometimes we don't, and then we're like, oh, it's like not for kids or whatever. But it's like, you know, there's going to be some graphic details. There is going to be some stuff, some fun stuff. I'm Courtney. This is Shelby. She is our co-host today. The other Courtney, the other half of me, named Courtney, cannot join us today. But we're gonna
improvise.
Yeah, we're improvising. This is not scripted.
You can tell
whatsoever. Okay, so I'll do the intro now, I guess. Have you ever wondered what the fuck is going on with your neighbors upstairs? I'm calling corporate, where petty meets professional, and our regionals stop returning our calls. We're the Courtneys. All my personalities today. No, we're the Courtneys, me and Courtney. And we have 25 years of professional experience between us. Still wondering how half of you guys made it past the application process. I am not editing that out whatsoever. We're just going to roll with it. So.
Like it?
Yes. So, Shelby, we've been trying to get together for a while.
I know. I feel like this is a miracle.
Oh, yes. So she has some fun stories. Our focus today is, this is our transitional segment from the hoarder segment for September into our body count September for our body count for October. So we're excited.
Sounds perfect for the month.
I know, yeah. That's why we did that, because we have body count. Now, it's going to be a little different, though, because you guys are thinking body count means murder, but we have different stories. Yes. So our body count is not about murder, okay? It's about different stuff.
Yes.
And we'll definitely get into it. But before we do, tell me about yourself and your property management experience.
Okay. What do you want to know about me?
How did you get into the industry?
Okay, I got into the industry. My cousin Macy.
Yeah, shout out.
Yes, shout out. She told me that I would do good with leasing. She thought I was a good people person, and I was a single mom at the time of littles, and so I interviewed.
Yeah, so she had you interview for.
She had me interview. As a leasing consultant.
Yeah, for a property in Little
Rock. Yeah. And that's how I got into it. I loved it. Yeah. And then from there, I moved up to be a assistant about a year later. And I was an assistant for a good 4 years.
It was a while.
Yeah, it was a while. And then I decided I wanted to try managing. And I didn't like it as much at the place I was at, so I stepped back down to an assistant for a little bit more. And then I was a manager for a little while. So all in all, I've been doing it in 2026 will be 10 years.
10 years. Yes. Yeah, that is crazy.
So we've seen some things.
And we met through like a mutual company. So we never actually worked together like in the same property. I know, but we did work
alongside each other.
Yeah, we worked alongside each other with different companies. And yeah, so that's how we kind of know each other, just in passing. And then obviously we developed a relationship, a friendship. Yes. And now here we are.
I know, here we are.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into your story first.
Okay.
And then we'll get into mine. Okay. So, let's go ahead and just walk me through it. I've only heard bits and pieces. So we'll get into it. Yeah, we're excited.
The things you hear about all the time, but it's different when it happens to you.
Yep. It is very different when it happens to you.
Okay, so it was a warm summer. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. So this was when I just started out. So I was a little leasing agent. Okay. I was only in the industry maybe a few months. So.
Oh, nice.
I thought this was like, I was like, is this what happens every day? Like, I don't know.
Yes,
but anyway,
it is.
So we had a resident who had twin babies. I think they were probably like 6 months old. And she had put in a work order. And, sometimes with work orders, you can go in the unit when they're not there, as long as they say that's okay.
Yeah, you have permission to enter, and then they have to say yes or whatever.
So our resident had put that in there. I don't think she did the work order the same day, but she had put that was okay to enter. Mm-hmm. Well, our maintenance guy was out doing the yard, or the landscape stuff before the grounds. There you go.
Yeah,
the grounds, and he had come in and said, "Hey, I saw so and so leave, and I was just wanting to did any of y'all see a sitter go in? Because I saw her leave, but the babies didn't leave." And we were all like, "Oh, I don't know. I didn't notice."
Yeah.
He's like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna do her work order later." So that afternoon, he goes in there and he comes right back and he said, "The babies are in the crib by themselves."
What?
Yeah, they were by themselves.
Okay,
she had been gone.
6 months old.
Yes, and they were in the crib. One of them was in the crib, and it had a bottle with it, but it wasn't full. And at this point, she had left. She probably left 3 or 4 hours before that. So he was immediately, "What do we do?" You know? And so we had to call the police to come.
Yeah.
And the police were like, "Well, we're just going to wait and see how long she's going to stay out."
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So they hung out in the house?
We let them in the apartment, obviously due to welfare of the children. And the police had to sit there with them until she got there. And it was my whole shift. So when I was clocking out, the police were still there waiting on her. So I went in to check on the police officer. Poor guy. You could tell he had never had kids.
Yeah.
He just didn't know what to do with them. And they were hungry. It's not like we could feed them. So she didn't come back until I think after I left. I think it was around 8 or 9 o'clock at night.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. So they were in there 6 months old by themselves.
So what did she say?
She said she had to work and she had nobody to watch the kids. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Mm-hmm. So you have to go to work without a babysitter. Now you're going to be evicted. Did you guys evict her?
I think we did. Yeah, because she had brought
you can't live here.
I know. She had brought
jail.
When you bring the police over for reasons like that.
Called prohibited conduct.
Yeah.
It's my favorite paragraph. My favorite one.
Yes. She was upset and she claimed she was at work. I don't know if they ever corroborated that.
Yeah.
Because I remember hearing something about her boyfriend dropped her off, so I don't know. But yeah, it was pretty scary.
Where was her boyfriend at? Why couldn't he watch
I know. I don't know. And it was just sad because anything could happen. They could have choked on the milk. They couldn't even.
So were the babies in the crib together?
No, I think they were in separate.
Oh, 2 different cribs. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they're just chilling for 3 hours by themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thank God our maintenance guy had went in there to do that. And I wonder how many times she did it before.
And the fact that, that part.
Yeah.
The fact that he saw her leave and didn't have her kids, he obviously knew that it was something triggering for him. And I don't know, maybe he saw it, maybe he's seen that behavior before or something. And then he was like, I got to say something.
Yeah. Which is so funny about our maintenance men. They always know what's going on.
But what's crazy? Okay, look, I want to say something about that because our maintenance guys see everything. Mm-hmm. They see everything, but they get so afraid to say something. Mm-hmm. They do. They're like, oh, that's just them, or that's just how they live or whatever. But it's no, if they're breaking the rules, if they're doing something, you have to say something because we don't have eyes everywhere. And so the maintenance guys are our eyes. Mm-hmm. And they definitely are a part of, the reasons why we have to do our job. So if you see something, say something. Yes. Say something, please.
He potentially saved the baby's life.
Yeah,
absolutely. That is so crazy.
He definitely did because
they could have fallen. They could stand up.
Yeah, 6 months.
So, yeah, and just the length of time. I think about it I go shower when I had my baby. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah.
The gut, she must have not felt that. I guess when you leave.
I have. Crazy. Yeah, I have the same. I have the same radar that you do. Like, it's so hard to like just leave your kid even unattended, like for a shower or even going to the next room or whatever.
Yeah. Like the logic. Oh, they'll be fine.
They'll be fine.
And babies have to eat more often anyways. And like the diapers, like, you know, they were just
full.
Mm-hmm.
That's so sad.
I know. So yeah, so that was my
our body
count of
we actually added bodies.
Yeah. We found these children unattended.
That is insane though. Like, can you imagine? You can because it happened to you, but can you imagine just like finding?
It makes my stomach hurt thinking about it for her.
Yeah.
Like
for her kids and everything.
Oh my gosh. And the twins. But there's a part of you that feels sad that like a mom feels so
obligated to work.
Yeah, like if you don't have because you're like, well, if I don't work, I can't pay for my apartment. I can't pay for my kids' food. I can't do this and I can't do that. So I get it, and it's sad that she felt or potentially felt like she didn't have other options. Yeah, did she have other options? Yes, I'm sure she had somebody else. You could have
literally dropped them off at a church and been like, "Hey, I can't watch my kids right now. Like, can you please watch my kids? Like, do something." Mm-hmm. And you're obviously working, so you have money, and you have sitter money. Or
she got approved for the apartment, which meant she had to make 3 times the rent. So
that's Well, shame on her, but also that is like extremely sad.
Yeah. But I don't know what happened after that. I'm sure
I'm gonna find her on Courtni. Look it up. Look it up on Courtni.
Right?
No, so that it does relate to my story. Mm-hmm. And my story is like I said, we're transitioning into the body count. So I have my story has a couple of different moving parts. And I will tell you, we did try to get someone else here to help me tell the story, because this has a lot of people involved.
I'm excited to hear this.
And you heard it? Mm-mm. Lots of moving parts. We have so my friend. I guess I won't name her just because it's fine. But she did want to come on the podcast. But we have conflicting schedules. Like, our schedules are complete opposite of each other, and so she's not here to help me tell the story. But there are several people involved. So I will try to I'm not the best at telling stories, but this one, I literally remember it like it was yesterday because it was so traumatizing. So
I'm excited to hear this.
Yeah. So we'll go all the way back to whenever I was in leasing.
Okay.
So this had to be 2014, probably 2012, 2012. Wow. Yeah. So this is a while ago. And it was my first year in leasing, and it was me, and then the assistant manager, which is my friend that was going to come on the podcast, and you may see her, but I'll leave her unnamed until she comes.
That's her debut.
Yes. Yeah. So it was me and her, and then her boyfriend at the time, and then our courtesy officer that worked with us. We all clocked out or whatever. Her boyfriend didn't work with us, but he was around, so he was like, "Yeah, let's go." We all went to a Mexican restaurant, and we had, we were eating, they're just clocking out, taking the load off. Margaritas. That's exactly what we did, and I think this Mexican restaurant had happy hour or something. So we were there. We were getting in before the happy hour closed. So we were all there. We were finishing up our meal whenever she gets a call from our maintenance technician that was on call at the time. And again, this is after hours. So we're talking probably 7:30 at this time. And so obviously he got a call, and in the call, it was one of the residents had water intrusion from her wall. And whenever I say wall, I'm going to try to explain this for the people that are listening, but I'm talking with my hands. So look at the podcast, look at the YouTube video. So, okay. So the property that we worked at had townhomes, and the townhomes were stacked on a hill. Okay. So whenever you're walking up the hill or whatever, driving up or down, the townhomes are kind of stair-stepping each other.
Yeah.
Okay. So somebody's front door sits kind of midway into someone's front door. So their steps can kind of evens out with someone's mid door.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So you're stair stepping the townhomes.
Kind of like the San Francisco houses. Like how they go like that. Okay.
Yes. But in this case, literally like someone's floor becomes like about a third up from someone else's wall.
Okay.
Okay. So the neighbor or like the resident that called had water coming from their wall. Mm. So that means that the water was flooding in from someone else's floor. Yeah. So we're mid-wall, you know, and so it was weird, you know, the way that the, you know, the call came in and it was water intrusion. So obviously it's an emergency work order. Mm-hmm. So he gets there, the technician gets there, and first he does knock on the resident's door that called, and he sees the water intrusion, and it clearly is coming from the neighbor next door. Yeah. Clearly. And so he goes and he knocks on the resident's door that's right next to him. And he makes contact with her through the door. So she's not answering the door for him. And she's like, don't come in. Like, I need an officer. There is a crime scene. And so, you know, he's like, what? Like, obviously he's not an officer, you know, but we coincidentally happen to be having dinner with one. So, you know, it was good that he called, because he was like, I don't know what to do. This lady's not letting me in her apartment. She says her crime scene that, and then, you know, she needs the police. And so we're like, okay, well, he was off duty at the time, but we had a second courtesy officer that was on duty at the time. So we called that courtesy officer. Okay. And we're like, hey, how soon can you get to the property? Yeah. And, he's like, down the street. I'll be right over there. And we're like, we're headed there too. There's something going on. Like, you know, we need you to get in.
Minds? What are you thinking?
Literally a crime scene. I don't know. Like, the lady is obviously in the apartment and she's not letting the maintenance technician in, and there's flooding going on.
There's water.
So it is literally a mystery. Okay. It's a mystery.
Like, whoa.
So at this point, we're literally heading to the apartment community, like kind of en route at the same time. So we get there at the same time the courtesy officer shows up, and he's literally in his uniform and he's on duty, and he, like, you know, is calling it in. Yeah. And so he's in his cruiser and stuff. And so he starts knocking on the door. At this point, she opens the door for him, butt ass naked.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. It is not a pretty sight. Butt ass naked. Okay. Oh. And he's like, ma'am, you want to go put some clothes on? You know, like, what's going on? And she's like, there's a crime scene. There's blood everywhere. I don't know what's going on. I'm just, you know, I don't know what's going on. And so he asked her to come in, and he's like she's letting him in. And at this point, me and the assistant manager, we're kind of going in after him, but we're slowly kind of walking in to see what's going on. Yeah. Water is everywhere, like all over her floor. Oh my God. And so in the townhome, and again, I'll kind of walk you through it. It's a 1-bedroom townhome. And so you have a foyer. It's kind of a little bit of a hallway, and you have a half bath on the side under the stairs on one side. And then you kind of have a half wall where the kitchen is. And then you have a little bit of an opening in the kitchen. And then you have living room the rest of the way. Okay. And then you kind of turn where the half bath is, where the stairs are. You go up the stairs. There's another a bedroom. There's another bathroom, and there's a walk-in closet. Okay. So bedroom stuff is up there. Kitchen, living room are kind of, you know, right beside each other. And then half bathroom is on the side. So we're walking in water, and we're walking through the apartment, and the bathroom is exactly in the place where the water is coming from. Yeah. That is adjacent to the wall that backs up to the neighbors. So he's like, where's the crime scene? Like, what's happening? Like, the courtesy officer's like, what is happening?
What am I here for?
And me and my friend go up to the bedroom, and we start trying to find her clothes, because what we see is there's a mess. There's a mess in the living room. I wouldn't call it a hoarder, but it's messy. Okay. You know, the trash is piled up. You can kind of see it, but you can see where it's near the trash can. Right. And then there is
beginning of a hoarder.
A mess. Yeah. Okay. But we get up to the bedroom, okay? And we turn on the lights, and there are hundreds of empty Sonic cups. Hundreds. Like Route 44, like large, like any sizes. There are hundreds of them. And they are like kind of flooding the like edges of the bed. Like all around her bed is just hundreds of different Sonic cups.
Oh.
And we're like, this is strange. So we're like, all right. And so we kind of make it where there's clothes or whatever, grab some clothes, head back downstairs. At this point, the courtesy officer is like nudging us. He's like kind of trying to talk to us non-verbally. And he sits here and he is cradling his arms like a baby.
Yeah.
And he is like, moving his arms back and forth. And he's saying, there is a baby. And so we get kind of closer to the situation. Okay. Uh-huh. And we look around, and what we see is the couch is covered in blood.
Oh my God.
Covered in blood. And the lady, obviously, again, she's naked, but you can see that there's blood on her. And then he points to the trash. He points to like where the trash is. And there is a newborn baby laying on a pile of trash.
Oh my God.
Laying there. And so first thing that my friend does is she grabs it. She grabs the baby, she's like trying to see if it's alive. And thankfully it was alive. And so we wrap it in a towel, and I think she keeps the baby. Like she keeps it wrapped, and then she heads outside. And so we're just trying to piece it together.
Yeah.
So apparently she has had a baby on her couch, but the officer's asking her, whose baby is this? Mm-hmm. She's like, I don't know whose baby that is. I don't know whose baby that is. That is not my baby. That's not my baby. And he's like, ma'am, you're covered in blood. Like, what do you mean that's not your baby? Did you just have this baby? You know what? And she's like, no, I don't know whose baby that is. I don't know where it came from. That's not my baby. But there's a crime scene here, and I don't know where this blood came from, so I need to report a crime. And he's like, well, we know what's happened. We know what's happened. And so at this point, he obviously has already called in like EMTs and backup and all this stuff. So they start arriving, right? And in the meantime, remind you, there's a flood happening. Remember, right? Yeah. There's a flood happening. So our maintenance technician is now in the half bath, and he is plunging out. Again, viewer discretion advised. So if you don't like graphic content, this is where you need to push stop. He is plunging out her placenta.
Oh my gosh. And y'all just ate dinner. Oh my gosh. What a graphic.
No, we just walked through the water.
Oh my God.
We were walking through the water to get to the living room from the bathroom. Yes. The shoes straight into the dumpster.
Oh my gosh.
So he is plunging out her placenta because she obviously cut the cord and she tried to flush it down the toilet. And that is what caused the flood. That's what caused the overflow in the bathroom. Gosh. Yes. So again, we're just completely flabbergasted. And we are just over here now. We have a newborn baby. We have the mom that doesn't remember and doesn't know whose baby that is. We have a flooded toilet. And now we have an apartment with water damage, like 2 apartments with water damage. And obviously she is getting hauled off, and the EMTs as well as the baby. And so that is the night, Kat. Okay, that's what happened during the night. We end up, like, obviously he ends up fixing the problem, So we're sucking up the like water and stuff, and we end up leaving. Obviously, like I said, shower immediately, like all the clothes in the garbage. We're like terrified, like I mean traumatized. This is literally traumatizing.
There's so much going on at once.
This is why I remember it like it was yesterday. This is my first time in the apartment industry as a leasing agent. You know, we're just having a good time. Yeah. We had a margarita, like we're feeling good, and then all of a sudden, bam! Like this is what we're faced with. Now let's kind of move on to the next day. So she, the assistant manager, is at this point now. Okay, this particular apartment, she is late on her rent at this point. Okay, mm-hmm. She is currently under eviction. And obviously things have happened, so things have transpired. So we are at this point trying to figure out what's going on. We contact the emergency contact. Yeah. We say, hey, this is what happened, and this is where she is. And the family member that they contacted is like kind of giving us some information. Now, mind you, like I said, she's under eviction. We've never had problems with her in the past. Yeah. She's never been late on her rent. Mm-hmm. There's no like noise complaints or anything. Yeah. Now, like when the family member starts telling us like what's going on, she mentions that she has stage 4 like bipolar disorder, and she is schizophrenic. Oh no. Yes. So she's like on medication for that. Yeah. And the person says it sounds like she's off her meds.
Never want to hear that.
Never want to hear that. But also, like, we're kind of piecing it together because the neighbors, you know, they come in and they're like, hey, is everything okay? Like, you know, police are out there, blah, blah. Yeah. And so we're not giving them all of the information, but they're saying like, well, we knew something was going on with her because she would sit in her car for hours and hours, and she would just talk to herself. And it was throughout the night. Like, and then she would sit there, and her car was just as heavy with Sonic cups as her bedroom was. Yeah.
I wonder did you ever find out what the Sonic cups like meant? She just would go to Sonic and get a drink?
I guess she would just go to Sonic and get a drink or whatever. I don't know. And then she would sit there in her car and like she would talk to herself. And so I guess that's where her disorder came into, because she would sit there and she would have conversations with herself. They thought that she was just on the phone, you know, and they thought that she was just speaking to somebody on the phone.
Maybe she wanted Sonic Ice.
Yeah, that's a bomb. That's bomb. Sonic Ice is good.
That makes sense. All the Sonic coats.
Well, we kind of have come to a theory. Mm-hmm. The neighbor had also disclosed to us that they would hear her having parties, over in her house, and then we were relaying this information to the emergency contact, and the emergency contact's like, nope, she didn't have parties. That was her talking in different languages and different dialects. And she would laugh in different dialects. She would laugh in different, she would laugh in different voices.
What?
And so you would think that she was having a party. It would just be like me and you talking right now with each other. Like, it would just be like, you know, it's one person in there.
One person?
Yeah. Yeah. So then I would be like,
What's that movie?
I don't know.
With the guy who has all the personalities and he talks to himself.
I don't know. Edit. In the comments below, tell us what it is.
Oh my gosh, it's got that crazy guy in there.
It's not me, myself, and Irene.
No.
That's the only movie that can come to mind.
I'm thinking there's like 3 movies to it. It's like it's kind of like, it's not a superhero movie, but there's a superhero in it. Okay, well, we'll have to just
Jim Carrey movies.
No. Okay, that's what he was like. He would be like Patricia.
Oh, I know that one.
I know, and he'd be like a little boy.
I know which one it is. I can't think of it either.
But there's
it's
movies to it.
Yes. Is it not? That's not Silence of the Lambs.
No.
It's something like that though. It's more of like a thriller.
Yes, and there's that. There's a famous
American Psycho.
No, there's a famous actor in it.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But that's like how I think, because he would do different voices. They were different ages.
Yeah.
That is crazy how your mind can do that.
Yeah. Okay, so our theory was, this is our theory. This is my theory. This is my theory. This is completely fictional. I don't know if this is right. But my theory is she was obviously living her life on her medication, like doing what normal people do, whatever quote unquote normal people are. But she was living her life without any concern, right?
Yeah.
No one was concerned with her. We had no idea that this, was happening. But then she found out that she got pregnant. So she went to the doctors or whatever, and the doctor's like, "You're pregnant."
Yeah.
But then obviously they knew her condition. So they said, "Hey, your medication is going to harm the baby."
Oh.
So I think at that point, as a parent, she made a choice to stop taking her medication. Mm-hmm. But when she stopped taking her medication, obviously that started to transpire. Yeah, like she kind of lost, her mind a little bit or a lot. And so, but during this time, obviously she's going through her pregnancy, she's not taking her medication, and she's going into these different spells, these different episodes. And it got to the point where obviously she didn't know who she was. She didn't know whose baby that was, because it could have been someone else.
Yeah, one of her personalities
coming to the door. Yeah. And then obviously but in reality, she wanted to do right by not harming the baby.
Yeah.
But it was harming herself.
Yeah.
At that point too.
Yeah.
But
wow.
The family member was like, "We can't take the baby." Yeah.
What?
Yeah. "We can't take the baby. She's gonna have to figure it out. She's gonna have to figure it out." Yeah. So I don't know what happened to the baby. I don't know what happened to her, after that.
Hopefully they just got her back on her medication and she was able to, keep her baby.
Yeah, let's hope so. But I don't know. And this is the craziest thing about property management. I don't know what her name is. I don't remember her name. But I know exactly what she looks like, and I know exactly which apartment number she was.
That's crazy.
After 12, 13 years, I know all of the property management details, but I don't know what her name is. So I can't even look it up. I can't I can't figure it out. No. Yeah.
What a story.
That was
and you still stayed in property management after that.
I was I want more of this.
I know, you're hooked. That's what they do to us. There's got to be a plus side to property management, and the plus side is you get to help people.
Yeah.
You get to experience things like that, and you also get to. It's never a dull day.
It's never a dull day. It's never the same day. You do not have the same day twice. It's not. There's no such thing as Groundhog Day over here. That movie reference, I know because I just watched it. Groundhog Day.
Yes.
But. Yeah, we really don't know what happened to the person or the baby. But we'll figure it out, I guess. Maybe my friend remembers her name and we'll be able to look it up. But she's probably tried to take it, get it out of her memory too. move over here, Sherry. Move over here. So our body count is adding bodies.
Yes, adding bodies.
Adding bodies, but obviously, these next episodes will be finding bodies, y'all. So
yes, I was blessed enough to never find one in my 10 years.
Yes, yeah.
I've heard some stories.
there are a few people that are going to join us for the body count episodes. So we'll be able to meet new people like Shelby, and we're gonna, obviously share their stories as well. And so that's it. That's our body count. That's our first body count episode. I am glad that we were able to share it. I'm so sad though that my friend wasn't able to come and join us, but hopefully we'll see her in another segment or another episode. I think she has some body count stories though.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully we'll see her, and then we'll get her a little bit of her insight on how she took
from her perspective.
How she took the whole thing, because like, we were both just like trying to figure it out. Like, we were both just like, what do you need from us? Like, there's a baby here. Like, we need to figure this out. Like, what's going on?
Because you're also still trying to like maintain your professionalism.
Exactly.
But you're also, especially it's hard with neighbors wanting to know, like, you can't really give too much, but you're also like, the human in you is like, maybe they could help. But then the professional part of you is like, I can't expose that.
Expose the information, There's no way that people can help. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so tune in for the next episodes, and we look forward to just pulling you guys in for this next segment. We think it's going to be fun. So obviously, thank you for joining us. We'll definitely see you again. Yes. We've got so many different segments coming up. So we're super lucky to have you and thankful that you came.
Well, thanks for working with me in my crazy schedule.
No worries. And for all of you who are listening to us, remember to like and subscribe. Bye.